So I haven't had a lot of time to make this video because of work and other things. But that Nintendo Direct the other day about that. So yeah, that was insane. I mean, if you ask me personally, that was probably the best Nintendo Direct we may have ever actually gotten. So they started off this Direct with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The games were fun, but considering all the games coming out this year, first off, I'm probably not going to have the time to really fit in for this DLC. I might play it eventually, but after playing Tears of the Kingdom, I mean, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, they're just not what they ever should have been. Game Freak just needs to. I hope they do better in the future. That's all I can say about that. But yeah, they started with the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC, and honestly, I was surprised by this because I thought that they would show this in a separate Pokemon Direct of some kind, because normally, Pokemon is not shown necessarily usually in regular Nintendo Directs, so I was pretty surprised about that. So that's the first thing that they showed. Then they went on to show Sonic Superstars, I believe it's called, yeah. And that got a new gameplay trailer. It did not have a release date yet. That is coming out this fall 2023. I'm wondering what the release date will be because this year is insane when it comes to video games. And Nintendo went crazy with this Direct, but Sonic Superstars looks really cool. I find it fascinating that it's similar to the old games, and it has 4 different playable characters, and Amy being playable I think is really cool and a neat idea with her little hammer and stuff. I really like that concept of having Amy playable in like a classic style type Sonic game, but it's got like a 3D aspect as well. I really like the art style of this one. I hope the soundtrack especially is really good for this game, but honestly, like, Sonic Frontiers brought me back, and Sonic Superstars looks really good, so this is probably a game that I'm going to want to check out. Now, I think a lot of us predicted that Mario Kart 8 DLC, of course, was going to be in this. I figured I'd just mention it now because, I don't know, whatever. It gave us a few pretty cool, neat characters, and it showed one new map as of right now for the moment. It only had a summer 2023 release date. I don't know why it didn't have an actual release date. That's kind of strange to me. But I mean, that's cool, I really like Petey Piranha. I played a lot of him in Double Dash, so I'm looking forward to playing as him, I guess. But, I mean, let's hope Diddy Kong comes around. I'm sure he will in the future. But so they showed the Mario Kart 8 DLC, which that was, predictable. And they also showed Splatoon 3. They didn't show the DLC, though. They showed the next Splatfest coming, which is related to ice cream, which, that's fun. That's fun. I mean, I actually still don't own Splatoon 3. I loved Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2, but I was like, oh my gosh, Splatoon 3 came so quick after Splatoon 2, so I'm like, is Splatoon 4 not that far away? So that's the thing that kind of worries me with getting Splatoon, but I don't know. My brothers both, one of them has the game now, and the other one might get it, so that might give me a true reason to eventually get Splatoon 3. But yeah, anyways, ice cream. Vanilla for me. Sorry. Let me know in the comments what team you would go with. Listen, this wouldn't be a Nintendo Direct without a farming simulator, because there's like 50 of these a year apparently. So yeah, there's a farming simulator in there called Fae Farm. Don't really care about that myself, but my brother actually said that he thinks it looks cool and he's gonna play it. So I'm not really a farming sim person, but it is a peaceful type game similar to something like Animal Crossing. But there's so many farming simulators out there. It wouldn't be a Nintendo Direct without a farming simulator, am I right? Okay, so this one, I don't know if anyone was expecting. I sure the heck wasn't, but a sequel to Detective Pikachu from the 3DS is now coming to the Nintendo Switch in October. That's really cool. I mean, I'm not big on... I mean, I never played Detective Pikachu, so I can't say I'm not big on it or not. I never really paid attention to its gameplay, but Detective Pikachu 2 is coming this October, and that's pretty dang cool for Switch owners that, really liked the first game or haven't had the chance to play Detective Pikachu and might be interested in playing this game. I think that's kind of cool for Nintendo Switch owners to have that. Although, I'm going to say the visuals... I just don't understand Pokemon Game Freak. Like, these graphics just are such downgraded even for Detective Pikachu, but that's just what I think, I mean, Pokemon as a whole, realistically, over the last 5 to 6 years of the Switch lifespan, hasn't really improved as much as I would have hoped. When you look at Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom, okay, there's not a huge difference visually, but at least it's not like Scarlet and Violet when there was a lot of pop-in and stuff like that. But Detective Pikachu is completely different. It's not like it's an open world game and stuff like that. So, I mean, I guess it's fine, It's fine. It'll be fun for those who want to play that. Now, next, they just started throwing us for a loop here. All right. Super Mario RPG remake was shown next, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I just it blew my mind. Like, I've been meaning to play Super Mario RPG for a while now. I've dabbled with it a little bit, but I never played it from beginning to end. And it's one of those games that I always knew was great. I always knew was hype. Gino being in Smash, you know, that's awesome. He was never in Smash, but people wanted him in Smash because of Super Mario RPG. This is a game that I never got to play all the way through. And I planned on it because I have it on the Super Nintendo Mini. And it's a game that I have dabbled with, but I never finished from beginning to end. And it's a really great game. And I cannot wait to play this game day one. Oh my gosh, it looks so beautiful, the art style and everything. It's crazy to me that this actually is happening. Like, it's insane to me. What a huge announcement that Super Mario RPG remake was. Like, it's incredible. Like, they just threw us for a loop. And then they go right from Mario RPG and say, hey, here's some more Mario stuff. And then they show us a Peach game in development. Like, that's so cool. And then they show us that Luigi's Mansion 2, the second game on the 3DS, is also getting a remaster for the Switch with slightly better visuals and smoother gameplay, I guess you could say. Like, that's so crazy. It's such a crazy time to be a Mario fan. Like, they would just went bang, 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 like all of them all at once, one at a time, and it was like, whoa. It's seriously crazy that they just went from one Mario game to the next, and then just more bangers kept coming. So then they were like, hey, you like third-party games on the Switch? Well, let's give you some cool stuff. Boom, Batman Arkham Trilogy. Listen, I haven't played those games in years. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna get them on the Switch, but like, that's awesome for people to play on the go or wherever in handheld mode to play the Arkham Trilogy finally. Like, that's a really good announcement. Like, that's pretty freaking sick. And then they're like, oh, you thought that was good? Well, the next one really made me lose my mind because I haven't played a ton of Metal Gear. I played Metal Gear Rising. I played a little bit of Snake Eater, a little bit of the first game, but I haven't played like a heck of a ton of Metal Gear. I played a little bit of the one that came before 5, I think Ground Zeroes, I want to say. But then they're like, boom, here's a Metal Gear collection. It's like 6 games, and it's volume 1 of 2 volumes. Like, that, it's insane. It's insane to me. Like, Nintendo just kept throwing me for a loop with this direct and like kept going like, hey, you liked this? Well, here's another thing. And in between there was some stuff that, you know, we didn't care for too much. But again, aside from like the farming simulator, for me at least, for a lot of people who just are sick of seeing farming simulators, and then that free to play game, aside from those, it was like pretty good stuff for the most part, still in between like the major crazy stuff. Like, there was some really good stuff in there still for people who enjoy those specific things, such as Dragon Quest got a new game announcement. Like, that's really cool. And then we're gonna move on to one other thing next, and that's WarioWare Move It, it's called, which I find is more interesting than the previous game. But the previous game took like 8 hours to 100% complete, and I feel like it wasn't even worth the $40 price tag. So hopefully this one is worth $40, if it is $40, which I'm assuming it will be. I don't know if I'm going to get this right away. If I do end up getting it, honestly, I'm going to wait for a sale for this one. But it looks like a lot of fun to play with friends at a party or whatever, for sure. Now, we already had confirmation that we were going to see Pikmin 4 in this direct, which is really cool, you know, and the game looks great. And I really like the little, like, ghost-type Pikmin that they're adding in there. I think that's really unique and kind of cool, going out at nighttime with those. I think that's really a cool concept, and I think that's pretty sweet. I never played a ton of Pikmin in my life, but I did play a little bit of 1 and I think 2 between the GameCube and the Wii a little bit growing up. And guess what? They're like, hey, you thought that Pikmin 4 gameplay was cool? Here's a shadow drop. Pikmin 1 and 2 for the Switch. Here you go. Have fun. Like, what? Nintendo. And a demo coming next week for Pikmin 4. That's so crazy to me. Like, another shadow drop. What are they going to shadow drop next? Do you have any speculation or theories on what they might shadow drop next? Because it seems like this could end up being a theme, you know, for Nintendo. First it was Metroid Prime, and now Pikmin 1 and 2. What's going to be next? I mean, I know Prime 2 and 3 very well are possible to come in the future, but are there any other Nintendo franchises that you believe will have shadow drops in the future? Now, towards the end, I was like, okay, this thing is ending soon. That's fine. And they're like, here's a few more announcements. A few? Like, what? One of the things was just whatever thing with tournaments and different things, an event thing, basically, which that I don't really care about. But then they showed Tears of the Kingdom getting 2 new amiibo figures, which I find that really cool. I have the link right up here, actually, on my wall, hung up. I did not open that one. and they announced a Ganondorf and a Zelda amiibo from Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm going to be hunting these things down when they come out, because that's really cool, and I really, really am loving the game a ton. And I just want all the amiibos for this game, maybe all of them, I don't know. Breath of the Wild, I didn't get any of the amiibo, I don't think, but I have a Link statue from Breath of the Wild, which is really cool, the one by First Four Figures. But yeah, so they announced a couple more amiibos for Tears of the Kingdom, and that's really cool. Now then they gave us our one final announcement. Some people were like, Metroid Prime 4? I figured it wouldn't be. I don't think that game's coming out until 2024, and now it's obvious that it's not going to till probably holiday of 2024. It's been my speculation for a while. You can disagree if you want. I just think Prime 2 and 3 are going to come before it, between either late this year or early to mid next year between Prime 2 and Prime 3, and then we'll get Prime 4 holiday of next year. That's just my theories. Just my theories and speculation. You don't have to agree with it. I know we all want Prime 4. It'll come around eventually. But, boom. New 2D Mario game. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. This looks so interesting. Its art style is definitely new and interesting looking. And we haven't gotten a brand new Mario game technically since Mario Odyssey. Sure, we got Super Mario Maker 2. But that Mario Maker, I'm not going to really count. And we haven't gotten a new 2D Mario game since the Wii U. Only remasters of older games, as well as we did get Bowser's Fury as well, but that was really short, so I'm not going to count that either. So Super Mario Bros. Wonder, it seems to be up to 4 players co-op. It doesn't say if it's going to be online or not. I would love if it were to be online, but I don't think it's going to be online really. I'm not really sure. But Mario can turn into an elephant now, which I find very interesting. That's really, really cool. Also, people are actually saying and speculating that Charles Martinet is not voicing Mario. I don't know. I don't know. I can't fully tell, but again, people are also saying that he hasn't recorded lines in a really long time, and a lot of his lines were all just old recordings that they would use for the games. So it's hard to say whether it's him or not, but either way, it sounds fine. You know, I hope it's him, but it sounds fine, so that's not a big deal. But back to the game itself. Mario can turn into an elephant. The style seems kind of trippy, you know, the things that are going on here, and like the stuff like moving around in different weird ways and weird things that you can do, and it just looks really cool, and it's a neat art style that they're going with, and I can't wait to check it out. My only gripe is that it comes out the same day as Spider-Man 2. Why? Anyways, guys, I guess that just proves that this year is crazy with video games, and that the holiday season this year is great between Spider-Man, Mario, and whatever else you're playing. Zelda, you know, Zelda you can put hundreds of hours into just exploring and doing different things and enjoying the game, learning new things, finding new things. Like, it's great, and there's so many other games this year to play between the Switch and other systems. But anyways, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new here, as we always talk about all kinds of different video game stuff and react to different video game shows, and I also stream mostly over on Twitch if you want to hang out over there. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Let me know your thoughts on this Switch Direct, this Nintendo Direct. A lot of you I already know some of you I already know your reactions to this and how great it was. But let me know what you're most excited for. Out of everything they announced, let me know what you're most excited for. That's what I'm curious on. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Subscribe, hit the like button, and share, and I will see you guys all next time. Peace.